Hey, everybody. Thank you for listening to Inspired and Admired. I am Matt Truman. Today is episode number 4. Today we have our first female to grace the Inspired and Admired podcast, Brandy Gleason. Addiction is a plague that is destroying lives and families all over America. Today we speak to someone who knows the battle to free yourself from the grasp that it holds. Brandy Gleason, thank you for coming on the podcast. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
We'll just we'll start by you've worked your way out of addiction, and now you're on a path of success. Is that how you see it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in a work in progress, but I aim every day to get better, and I've accomplished more now than I ever in a million years would have ever suspected, or probably the people around me ever suspected. So, yeah, I would say, you know, I'm gaining success. Waking up sober every day is a success also.
And I think a lot of people would agree, and if we all are not striving to be more successful than we were yesterday, I think something's wrong with just being content, but that's just me.
Right.
So,
oh yeah, absolutely, I agree.
So give us, let's start how you grew up and where you grew up and all that.
Okay. Well, I was born in New Jersey. My mom was a senior in high school. She got pregnant by her high school sweetheart. During that time, he wasn't really ready for that responsibility. I'm not really exactly sure what happened, but she got married to someone else before I was born, and he adopted me and raised me as his own. From then, we moved around a lot. My life was a little chaotic. My dad had his own issues with trust and things. So they ended up getting divorced, and she met my stepdad. My stepdad was pretty young when they met. He was only 17, and she was 25. From there, we kind of bounced around a lot. We moved. I think I went to 22 different schools growing up.
Wow.
Three just in second grade. So consistency and stability wasn't something that I necessarily had. I had love. You know, we always had a roof over our head for the most part, even if we had to live with family members. So at times it was hard for a kid not waking up knowing where you're going to be living, either the next day sometimes or the next year. And I never really had like childhood friends, so to speak, because we moved so much, and it was different states, different towns, so everything was always changing. When I was about 10, I met my biological father, and it took a long time to kind of get to know him. That relationship started to bloom once I was an adult, but throughout all that, I probably gained a lot of resentment towards my mom and my dad, and even my dad that adopted me and stuff. But not to say that any of that caused me to be an addict or anything. My sister went through the same thing, and she's not an addict or alcoholic. So when I was a freshman in high school, I moved again to a different town. My parents split up, so I was living with an aunt and uncle. And I met, high schoolers and got introduced to alcohol. And the first time I ever drank, I blacked out and walked to a friend's house because I knew I'd probably be in trouble. And my parents came and found me, and my stepdad was, really upset. And my mom, I just said, I just tasted it, and she believed me, so that was that. But it didn't stop there. I just started smoking a lot of weed and drinking all of the time. Not every day, just like the weekend, but I would always probably get drunk every single time.
And what city where were you at this time?
New Jersey. I was in Burlington or Florence, New Jersey, right on the Delaware. And
Okay.
then probably my senior year, we moved back to Ohio, and that's when it escalated. I started trying LSD and other things.
So back in Ohio, you started trying LSD and still smoking weed and drinking and all that, or did it escalate into other things?
I stuck with those things until, I was after high school. And then, I was still in the party scene, though, so people were doing other drugs around me. I always hated them, and I never thought I would be that person to do those things, and they would try to hide it from me. And then one day I just decided, oh, well, whatever, I'll just try it, and if I can't beat them, join them type thing. And
right.
That was cocaine, yeah, and of course, I liked it. Anything that made me escape my reality was good for me. And that helped me escape whatever feelings I was really feeling. Plus, my body loves alcohol anyway. So, from there it just escalated.
So what happened after your senior year in high school? Where'd you go from there?
I was relatively productive. I was going to college, just at Sinclair Community College, and I was working at a restaurant. I held what I consider like a normal life. I would just go with, we would drink on the weekends with friends. I was on the dean's list all the time. But my drinking, I would still always, I would never just have a beer or two. So I would still always, drink to intoxication. And then I got a job at AT&T, did well there. I was always one of the best employees, and I would always get promotions and everything. I think I was a functioning alcoholic, or would a binge drinker maybe at that time.
Right.
And then I ended up moving to Florida, and I met a guy, and he was addicted to pain pills. So he, obviously, I tried one, and he's like, well, I don't want you to do it. They're highly addictive. And I was like, I've done other things. It'll be fine. The shortened version, I did it once, didn't do it again for a few months. And then I took another pain pill probably a few months later. And then I became addicted to them. And I even went to the doctor. I was prescribed probably enough pain medication that would be prescribed to a dying cancer patient.
Wow.
Yeah, within a year.
Did you go to the doctor for pain issues or?
Yeah, yep. And I got an MRI, and the doctor down there just told me it doesn't matter what your MRI shows. Even the slightest thing on the MRI is fine because we can't gauge pain. So it is legal to give you this. Because I asked, and he said it's legal to give you this much medication because technically we can't gauge pain.
And this
even
was about
in my
what?
Addiction, I was like, this is not right. But I went with it because I had an addiction that I had to feed.
About what year did this take place? Around
2008, 2009.
Okay.
And with pain medication, if you don't have it, once your body becomes physically addicted to it, there's no waking up and just going to work, or no waking up and just deciding not to have that. It's either you do it and you feel normal, or you don't and you feel like you're dying. So
right.
For me to be able to get up and go to work, I had to have that. Your body just doesn't function without it. So as much as my mind or my heart would want to stop, it was almost impossible. Within a year of becoming addicted to pain pills, I had gotten my first felony and ended up in prison by 2010. So
what was the how'd you get the felony? What happened?
Possession of oxycodone and sale and delivery of oxycodone. So what happened was, whenever I would run out of pain pills, or I needed, I would like to get free pain, whatever the case may be, I would find some for somebody, and I would just charge a little extra, or I would just get free ones for finding them for them. Well, I did that for a friend that I worked with at a restaurant, and she ended up setting me up, and I got busted. So that's how I got my felony.
How long did?
And then I ended up violating. Go ahead, Todd.
Oh, sorry about that. I was just wondering how long was the when you first did you get arrested at the restaurant or?
No, I got arrested right then, and then I did about 40 something days, and I got out on probation. Was not given any kind of treatment options or anything, even though I was obviously an addict. They put me on probation. I obviously violated that. I violated it within a year. My use just escalated at that point.
So for the probation, they don't throw in an option, or not an option, but that you have to complete so many hours of treatment, even though your charge was part of the drugs?
Nope. I had to take drug tests, but since I was prescribed the pain medication, I passed every single one of them.
Okay.
Because you're allowed to take your pain medication.
Right.
But it did escalate. I mean, I was by probably like 2000, and by the end of 2010, if not a little bit earlier, maybe the middle of it, I figured out that you could actually shoot up pain pills, and I started to do that. Because once you're taking pain pills so long, you're obviously not going to get that effect of getting high. You're just going to keep doing pain pills just to feel normal. And my body, like, I crave that feeling. Obviously, that releases. My life was in turmoil, so anything that would take me away from that. So it didn't take me long to escalate to a place where I never in a million years thought I would be.
And where was that?
Which is a needle junkie. I was just being, I never would have thought that I would be shooting up drugs. And that's where it led me. And I was now, a felon. My whole life was upside down. I was pretty much homeless. I mean, I never lived on the streets or anything up, to that point, but I didn't have a place to call my own.
Right.
At one point, I was living in a house that didn't even have water and electric.
Just to get by and have a roof over your head, right?
Right.
So did any of that, when you were shooting up pain pills, did that lead into heroin or anything like that, or?
Not at that point. It was not until I moved back to Ohio to try to get away from the pain pills that I was introduced into heroin, and then it did escalate to that because I couldn't find the pain pills anymore. They stopped really dispensing them as often. Ohio is just a little bit harder to find. Heroin was a lot cheaper, so I did that for probably about a year. Luckily, I didn't die.
Right.
Not that I probably didn't want to at times.
So you spent 45 days in jail, and then did you end up, you said you violated your probation? What happened there?
Right. I violated probation. The probation officer, they do random checks at wherever you're living. And when they came to my house, there was one pill that I was not prescribed, so that's an automatic violation.
Okay.
So I ended up going to prison in Florida. I spent 10 months in prison. I did 5 months in regular prison and then 5 months in work release.
The first podcast that I did it with a former corrections officer, and I asked him.
Right.
We were talking about the heroin epidemic and stuff like that. I said, do they provide
treatment?
Yeah, exactly. Do they provide treatment for people who are addicted and he said, well, not really. They have AA, but there's no type of treatment.
There's no treatment available. And even like right now I'm in social work classes and we talk about the criminal justice system and it's not set up for rehabilitation. It says that in my textbook. It's strictly for punishment and to take them out of society. They do offer like church or AA, but that's rare. I'm just being honest, from my experience, it didn't make me want to use any less.
Right.
Now, when I got out, I tried to not use because I knew I didn't want to go back to prison.
Sure.
But I kept drinking because my illness wasn't fixed. Yeah, I got taken out of the actual physical part of the addiction, but I still went out and I still drank because I figured